know, there's always so many thin women on this show. I can't bear it. Fantastic new single.
Thin.
Oh, you are slim. I mean slim.
Yeah.
Do they make this in any smaller versions for smaller CD players?
Well, it's funny because when I released my first record, it was only on vinyl, and most young kids now, unless you're a DJ, what's vinyl?
But of course, you're very big in the dance music world. You now write and produce your own stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing that for a while. This track is done with Jason Evans. He's a big dance music producer from New York. We've just had #1 in the club with that. So it's kind of the niche where I like to be, and music that I kind of listen to at home.
Has it got the track You Make Me Feel Mighty Ill from Sylvester?
Yeah, the sample in it.
I love that.
I know, well, it's one of my all-time favourite tunes that whenever you're out at a party, whatever, I will, you know, if that comes on, I have to dance to it. So when I heard this track, I thought, yeah, I really want to do that.
And Danii, this came out on Monday, is that right?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Now, you are just riding high with everything. I know that I've heard you say on something that you're
riding high or being beaten down every Saturday.
I know. I mean, but it's, you know, you're on the most high-profile TV show in the country. But with that is going a lot of kind of bitchiness and a bit of backbiting, and you know the tabloids have made a big meal out of the you and Sharon situation. What's the story behind that?
You know what, the four of us judges, we're pretty feisty, and I think that's what people love about the show, is that it's so unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen, and truly we don't know what is going to happen until we're sitting there every Saturday.
But you're not best friends with Sharon, are you?
I don't know Sharon and Louis that well. I know Simon more, but you know, we
How well
we
do you
come
know
into...
Simon,
Don't you
Danii?
get Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, lots of people think, you know, you and Simon are
Especially
a lot
after that
closer.
hand-holdy back of car photo that we all saw.
Well, apparently we're holding hands and that we weren't.
What were you holding
can see the
then?
picture. I'm going like this, and it's because I can see where the photographer is, and I'm like, I just knew the penny was dropping as he was taking the picture. Oh, that's going to be made out to be that.
Because he saw you on Australia's Got Talent, didn't he? And then decided...
Yeah, that's one of his shows out there, and apparently tapes had come back of me on that, and I was just having a ball. It's such a fun show, and apparently I did a good job, so he said, you know, come and spice up the panel, which I think I'm doing.
Absolutely.
You must, you know, obviously it makes for brilliant television, but do you like not just go to the pub after and all kiss and make up, or not?
I go straight home after that show. I'm exhausted.
Did you live in tears last week? Did you really get upset with Louis' comments?
Emotions were running high all over the place, and I said something that had Nikki in tears that wasn't directed at her at all.
You said she hadn't been in tune, didn't you?
No, there was a comment at the end of the show when I was talking about Riddy, and I said he doesn't have a sob story, because he's the only one that I don't think we've really gotten to know through the show. We know he can perform. And there was a comment that was taken badly about her losing her father, which I was very sorry about, because nothing was directed at her. But it goes on, it's like World War III at that show, every week. As I say, emotions are running high, so...
But the fact is, you have two contestants still in the show, don't you? Riddy and Leon.
Yeah, and they're doing incredibly well, and not only am I proud of them, but when I chose them, Simon said he would never have put Leon in his final three, didn't see why I had picked him, and is now saying, wow, what a talent. He just got invited to perform with Michael Bublé at Wembley the other night. He said, won't you come up, sing a duet with me? No X Factor contestant that's even won the show has performed at Wembley, so I'm so glad that what I saw in him...
I think we're going to have a little look,
now
Danii,
Bublé
at both of those artists.
Oh, cool.
The long and winding road that leads to your door, as we climb to reach our destiny, one new age has begun.
It was great credit to you, actually, and that Simon Cowell's recognised it. You do see Leon as that kind of Michael Bublé kind of singer, which we don't have in this country. And we could do with one, actually.
Well, I mean, with Bublé, like, when people like Tony Bennett said to Bublé, you know, this kid's the new one on the block, well, he's now saying to Leon, in front of his, you know, fans at 12,000 at Wembley said, this guy is a star. And they got on so well. I'm sure they'll perform together again, given the chance.
And Danii, just briefly, you may have heard us talking about our sisters and what they mean, and obviously we know that, you know, your own sisters had a battle. How is she at the moment?
She's perfectly fine. You cannot hold her down. She's got her album out now. She's just released dates that she's going to tour next year.
Do you worry that she's maybe going a bit too fast, or you just...
We've always worried about that. I think, yeah, I don't know what Mum fed us, but we, you know, kind of as a family, we're all a bit like that.
Do you two spend more time together now since Kylie's illness?
No.
No.
Because our lives pretty much running the same. See each other the same amount. I think everyone's perception of the time we spend together is different. It was interesting before that, lots of people always asked me, do you get on with your sister? And when I said yes, they were like, don't really believe you, or it's not the answer we want.
Well,
but you
I didn't believe you then, but they do now.
Especially journalists who are just like, oh God, that doesn't
But
go
you
with my
parodied
headline.
yourselves brilliantly, didn't you, in her show when you did that? Well, I thought very funny sketch where Simon Cowell came in when you were beating the living daylights out of each other. I thought that was brilliant. Just took the mickey out the whole thing.
It was good to have a laugh about it. It's, I kind of think it's a shame that that it took for her to go through that, for anyone to believe anything that
We're going to have to stop there, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful, the beautiful Danii Minogue.
Thank you.
Well, that's all from us for this week. Don't forget to tune in on Monday when joining the Loose Ladies will be the dreamy Jason Donovan. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.
Join the debates, catch video highlights and keep in touch with the girls on your mobile. Text LOOSE to 83339. Calls cost 2 standard messages. In just over half an hour here on ITV1, 2 very deserving parents get help around the house with a 60-minute makeover later at 2 o'clock.